That arm and torch, 42 feet of unsupported metal, is the statue's biggest structural weakness.
With the steel connections between the pedestal and statue now weaker than ever, and the lower structural beams exposed to the elements, the entire statue begins to tilt.
Corrosion has eaten away at her once sturdy 440,000-pound steel frame. In her prime, she could withstand gale force winds. But now, an average breeze, much less the weight of too many pigeons on her crown, could push her all the way over.
With a final agonizing groan, metal bends past its breaking point. The statue wrenches free of her pedestal and collapses in a heap. After 239 years, Lady Liberty watches over New York no more.
It's a more real...
300 years after People, Lady Liberty suffers a fatal relapse of an old complaint, galvanic corrosion. Her torch-bearing right arm is the first to fall. Then, other parts. But here, on the ocean floor, these shattered symbols of hope may become the fossils of the future. Modern cruise ships have systems that help prevent collisions. The lights still flash, the alarms still wail. They shatter the lonely silence on the bridge. But now, there's no one to react.
Just to put this in perspective, this thing is about 2/3 the size of the Empire State Building. So imagine 70 floors of a skyscraper barreling towards you at 30 miles an hour.
It's going to cut through small boats like a hot knife through butter.
For the next 2 weeks, until her fuel runs dry, this metal giant will batter everything in front of her. But out here, in the vast and unforgiving ocean, there are plenty of things that can bring a journey to an end. And all vessels still floating on the Great Lakes are headed in the same direction. Niagara Falls. However, the International Railway Bridge near the entrance to the Niagara River bars the way. No ship taller than 22 feet can pass underneath. The bridge, built in 1873, is holding for now. Now, the railway bridge collapses under the pressure. Massive ghost ships begin a new voyage. And the way to Niagara Falls, just 20 miles downstream, is wide open. Tanker carrying 1 million gallons of jet fuel is drifting right into the Oslo's path.
The tanker's dead in the water, but the Oslo still has power, and a collision between them could be catastrophic. Because even if it just starts a small fire, that's like dropping a match onto 3 million gallons of jet fuel.
On the empty bridge of the Oslo, a shrill collision alarm pierces the quiet, but there's no one to hear it. No hands on the helm, no one watching the horizon. And the ghost ship sails toward its own demise.
It's very likely that the tanker's hull will be breached if there is a spark. And if that spark hit the fuel side of the tanker, watch out. It's going to be a massive explosion.
Any other ship within a 3-mile radius would be almost completely destroyed. Windows would be blown out, the decks would buckle, and smaller ships would capsize instantly.
The blast is sudden and catastrophic. The Oslo is tossed like an unwanted toy in the hands of an angry sea. Her cargo rations snap one after another, until 24,000 shipping containers tumble into the ocean like steel dominoes. tossing a red stain into the water. It approaches Niagara Falls, once a gathering spot for newlyweds. For this ship, the honeymoon is over. As it reaches the edge, the front half shears off and tumbles. The back follows. Incredibly, the 200-foot ship is actually longer than the falls is high.